Welcome back to the channel where we mix things up, and today we're going to be doing a reaction video to regrading every NBA team's 2020 free agent signings. So we're about, I think, like 25 games into the 2020 to 2021 season, and we've definitely seen a lot. So it's still going to be very early to grade these signings, but I think we can have a clear visual of how the signings are. So this was made on February 13th, and you're probably seeing this on February 17th. So let's begin. So before we get started, it would be greatly appreciated to subscribe to the channel. Here on the Mix channel, we make constant NBA content that you're surely going to enjoy. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the videos, because it only takes 1 second and makes a really big difference. Yeah, that's some rusty, I know. And if you're new, comment down below. I subscribe, shout out. There, I'll heart your comment, reply to your comment, and shout you out in the next video. And today's shoutouts are Peak and Basket Savage. So yeah, thank you to Peak and Basket Savage for both subscribing to the channel. It really helps me a lot. And just if you're new, comment down below, I subscribe, shout out. And now, let's begin. So, we interrupt your regular schedule mid-season programming to bring you 2020 free agency. Okay, nobody did it an F. Okay, makes sense. Let's see. Okay, let's spill some red ink. Okay, Atlanta Hawks a C. Okay. Just, these guys haven't stayed healthy. I think I'd personally, okay. They got Bogdan, Chris Dunn, Gallinari, Solomon Hill, and Rajon Rondo. Bogdan has been pretty bad when he's playing, and he's been kind of hurt. Chris Dunn hasn't played a single game yet. Gallinari's been struggling a lot. Solomon Hill was actually a really good pickup because he's been shooting well, has been a pretty good defender. And Rondo, as a Laker fan, you don't sign Rondo to play in the regular season. It's for playoff Rondo. I would personally give it like a B- because these are still quality players that could definitely step up. They've just been hit by the injury bug. So yeah, Chris Dunn's yet to play. Gallinari is ramping up after missing a bunch of games. Rondo has just made 14 appearances. We haven't seen much about the Hawks' new faces. I would assume, I thought they would include Onyeka Okongwu, their pick, but I guess it's just free agency signing, so that makes sense. Not off-season moves, no re-signings. I'd personally give this like a B-. Next, the Boston Celtics, a C. Yeah, I would agree. Jeff Teague, Tristan Thompson. Jeff Teague's been pretty trash. Tristan Thompson, he's been pretty good. I mean, he's just been Tristan Thompson. Teague, nor Thompson has really helped concern as to add more bench pieces. Teague might be out playing Brad Wanamaker, but 29% of his twos. Yeah, if you probably included Peyton Pritchard, it would probably be a B something. But yeah, I'm cool with the C. It's just that the Celtics still have a lot of problems. Next, Brooklyn Nets B+, Jeff Green, and then they re-signed Chris Chiozza. Sorry if I say that wrong. Joe Harrison, Tyler Johnson. So they just beat the Suns, and it's just that Jeff Green was definitely an amazing pickup. Now, just the Joe Harris, that's so much money. But he's definitely been playing well as a shooter, can attack the rim a little bit, can defend a little bit, can play make a little bit. Okay, I guess I agree with this, mainly because Jeff Green has been an amazing pickup. Tyler Johnson dropped like 19 last game. That's kind of crazy. Tyler Johnson did that on a pretty good defending team in the Phoenix Suns. But yeah, I would get this. I guess this would make sense. Yeah, B+, I'm cool with this. Because Jeff Green, he's an amazing pickup. Next, the Charlotte Hornets, C+. Okay, so there's of course no LaMelo Ball. I don't know. I would give that a B+ personally, because Gordon Hayward, yes, it's $30 million, but he's playing at an all-star level, and they're the 7th seed. Also, Bismack Biyombo, he's been an athletic big, just what you want for Bismack Biyombo. And just I know it's probably gonna be pretty bad soon, like 3 years in, but right now, I think Gordon Hayward's game is going to age well because he doesn't really rely on athleticism. But he's averaging 23 on 3 assists and then stuff about Terry Rozier. Now, yeah, okay, I do see that the long-term concerns remain, but I don't really think that this should be this bad. Mainly because Gordon Hayward's he's an all-star. He borderline all-star. He's probably not gonna make it, but he's been really good. I would give this at least a B, mainly because Gordon Hayward's been playing really well. Next, the Chicago Bulls, a B2, signed Garrett Temple, notable re-signing Denzel Valentine. Denzel Valentine's been a sneaky good decision. Yeah, definitely. He got hurt, but he's been back. And Garrett Temple, he's been just a solid role player. Yeah, I guess his 3-ball isn't falling at a high clip, but he's just looking like a good energy player. Now, they're spending very little this year, but I don't know if they can really do something in 2021 offseason, but I would probably give it like a B-. They didn't really do much. Next, the Cleveland Cavaliers with the C. Okay, they basically did nothing. Damian Johnson, Thonmaker got waived. I actually did not know that. Future MVP got waived. Wow, okay. Okay, so they just haven't gave him much. Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Damian Dotson's is probably been their biggest sticking point. They beat him more as a guard than a wing. Oh yeah, so he can't really play with Garland, Sexton, Okoro, Dylan Winder, even Cedi Osman. But yeah, it was just a very little move for the Cavs. Next, the Mavericks C-. So to this Mavericks team, they added Wesley Iwundu, who hasn't played much. So they re-signed JJ Barea, and then he got waived. Then re-signed Trey Burke and Willie Cauley-Stein. So C-. I mean, Trey Burke, he's just been a decent, just off the bench guy who is just basically he can get hard at sometimes and just a scoring punch off the bench. Willie Cauley-Stein's been okay to catch lobs and occasionally just to replace Dwight Powell for a little bit. And then, like I said, Trey Burke has had a lot of roller coasters. It isn't much, but they're probably aiming for 2021 free agency, though it's not as good as they wanted. But yeah, so it's not much, but so it's, of course, they don't add the trade Seth Curry for Josh Richardson. I think the Mavericks right now have lost the trade because Seth Curry's been really good and Richardson, he contracted the virus, so he isn't doing the best, but it wasn't much move, so yeah, I'm cool with C-. Next, Denver Nuggets C+. Okay, so they re-signed Capu's, the guy who's a good passer and really short, Jermichael Green and Isaiah Hartenstein, and re-signed Paul Millsap. Yeah, I'm cool with the C+. Jermichael Green's a solid player who can shoot, defend a little bit, and then Paul Millsap's, he's been hitting like 43% of his threes, so that's definitely really good. Oh yeah, Jermichael Green, 45% from downtown. Campazzo is tougher to measure. He's just kind of fun to watch. They definitely should have tried to re-sign Jeremy. If they re-signed Jeremy Grant, that would probably be a B+. And Torrey Craig, but I guess C+. That's cool. Next, Detroit Pistons B+. Okay, I can definitely see this. Wayne Ellington, Jeremy Grant, Frank Jackson, Josh Jackson, Jahlil Okafor, Mason Plumlee. Yeah, I'm cool with the B+. So Wayne Ellington's been a solid shooter. Jeremy Grant's a borderline all-star. Frank Jackson, nothing. Josh Jackson has showed a lot of potential. Jahlil Okafor, he's bad. And Mason Plumlee got a triple-double. So, yeah, they're clowned hard for getting so many centers. But there was definitely, they banked on Jeremy Grant. And look where they are now. That was definitely an amazing move. Just because, the Wayne Ellington, Josh Jackson, and Jeremy Grant, I definitely think it deserves a B+. Next, Warriors. Okay, a B. Okay, I'm cool with this. Kent Bazemore, who's been a solid player. Brad Wanamaker, he's been solid. And then re-signed Juan Toscano-Anderson, who's been very good this year. As a defender, as a shooter, definitely. Let's see. Someone actually texted me suggesting the Warriors plug Jared Jack from their G League. Okay. But Juan Toscano-Anderson has been pretty good this season. Yeah, I'm cool with the B. It wasn't much. Next, Houston Rockets B+. Sterling Brown, Cousins, John Tate, Christian Wood. I would give this an A+. If you get a 24-year-old potential all-star, Christian Wood, at a most improved for only $9 million, or it might be like $12 million. That's insane value. Sterling Brown's been providing some pretty good shooting this year. Let's see, did I talk about him? Yeah, he kind of remains a seesaw, but 41% of his triples, and his defense has ticked up. DeMarcus Cousins was a gamble, and it's just a low risk, high reward, and he's definitely been a lot better than just Deshaun Tate. He's been surprising everyone. He got a 3-year, $4.7 million, which no one knew who he was, but he's been very good this season on defense, hitting 54% on drives and 63% on all twos. I would give this at least an A grade. You can give an A minus, an A, or A plus. I think it's got to be around the A. Next, Indiana Pacers, B plus. Justin Holiday, I guess. I don't really know how he's done, but he's been a pretty good shooter. I would give it like a B. Next, Clippers, A. Yeah, definitely. I could definitely see an A plus with Nicholas Batum reviving his career. Serge Ibaka just being a better fit than Montrezl Harrell. Reggie Jackson has definitely stepped up better than he was in the playoffs. Yes, Marcus Morris, they gave him a big deal, but still a quality shooter, two-way defender. And Patrick Patterson, he can shoot a little bit. But this definitely, just most of these guys are good perimeter defenders, or just good defenders. Reggie Jackson isn't. But yeah, so Nicholas Batum, Serge, big pickups. I could definitely see it as an A plus, but I'm cool with an A. Next, Lakers and A. So I'm actually going later this month, a sooner video. I'm gonna be grading every Los Angeles Laker move. So as a Laker fan, I'm not exactly sure, because Schroeder was definitely our best move in the offseason with us trading Danny Green, but just Marc Gasol, human turtle Gasol. Basically, Laker fans have been hating on him. He's not the athletic big as JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard, but it's just passing is it's a different element. But yeah, I could definitely see that. But I guess I can see why an A, mainly because you re-signed Anthony Davis, the big dog Jared Dudley, the second best player on the team. If you're wondering who the best player is, Alex Caruso. I'm pretty sure you already know that. But so just signing Marc Gasol, Trez, Wesley Matthews, all been solid contributors. Though Wesley Matthews has been getting some DNPs. He got a 4-game DNP streak. He has been playing more now. We keep the Kumpo brother. We got KCP re-signed, which was definitely a good acquisition. He has been kind of cold, but sure. Markieff Morris, he was pretty good against the Timberwolves game. But yeah, I'm cool with this. Mark hasn't been great. KCP, yes, is making a lot of money, but he can definitely catch on fire. Trez has been a really good off-the-bench energy guy. And then you re-signed AD. So yeah, it makes sense. Next, we have the Grizzlies with the B+. Okay, so they re-signed John Carter, DeAnthony Melton, and Jonte Porter. DeAnthony Melton, so they don't count inking up Xavier Tillman and Desmond Bane, but definitely, I would give it like a B-. It isn't really a big move, but DeAnthony Melton, he's definitely a solid, underrated player. Next, Miami Heat, C-. Okay, so they got Avery Bradley and Mo Harkless. They re-signed Goran Dragic, Udonis Haslem, Myers Leonard, Max Struss, and Gabe Vincent. Okay, their team is... the Miami Heat have just been struggling so much. Just losing Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr., especially Jay Crowder, was just such a big L. Avery Bradley hasn't played much. Mo Harkless, he's been solid, hasn't been amazing. Goran Dragic has been in and out of the rotation, and his conditioning hasn't been the best. Udonis Haslem is a guy on the bench who's just gonna be a leader. Myers Leonard, he got a bag for no reason, and he's hurt for the rest of the season. Max Struss has been a pretty good three-point shooter, which is definitely a good find. And Gabe Vincent, I don't know much to say. But yeah, letting Jay Crowder and Derrick Jones Jr. were big faults. It's tough to say. They're definitely worse than last year. I still think they're a really good team, but they definitely, I definitely agree with the C-. Or maybe you can give it like a C. Next, Milwaukee Bucks, B+. Okay, so Jaylen Adams, DJ Augustin, Torrey Craig, Ben Forbes, Bobby Portis. DJ Augustin has been kind of struggling. Torrey Craig has been a decent defender. Brent Forbes has caught some fire. But Bobby Portis has been really good. Yeah, so DJ Augustin is fine. Brent Forbes has struck better offense than Augustin. But Portis has been very good. Pat Connaughton, he kind of got a bag. Yet, I don't know how I feel about Pat Connaughton. He's just a decent role player who could shoot at like a below league average level. He's just a solid NBA, just off the bench player. Next, Minnesota Timberwolves, a B. Definitely. Malik Beasley, and just mainly Malik Beasley, keeping a 20-point per game scorer. Definitely a good pickup for them. Juan, he's been okay. Only played one game. Next, the Pelicans, a B. Yeah, you re-signed B.I. And Willie Hernangomez, he's been getting some pretty solid minutes. So it definitely makes sense why this is a B, because Willie has been fine. Wendell Gabriel, he isn't much. Brandon Ingram, he's their franchise, one of their franchise players. Next, New York Knicks, C+. Alec Burks, they basically didn't do much. Alec Burks, Jared Harper, known as well, Austin Rivers. They probably should have let Elfrid Payton walk. They definitely should have. Alec Burks has been pretty good off the bench, done so well, a solid big, and Austin Rivers has caught fire. Though they have a lot of point guards with Payton, Derrick Rose, IQ, and then another guard in RJ. So I mean, he's just a solid player, and yeah, I'm cool with this. Next, the Thunder, an A-. Kendrick Williams. He's been really good, and I'm cool with this one. As a Laker fan, I watched Kendrick Williams destroy us, so that wasn't really fun to watch. But just he's been pretty good. He's just throwing a lot low costs at Kendrick Williams. That's the only thing they did. He has been providing some pretty good consistency. Oh, consistency is not what he does, but he's been showing a lot of flashes. Next, Magic, D+. So they signed Dwayne Bacon, Jordan Bowen, re-signed MCW, Gary Clark, James Ennis. So yeah, half of their roster is hurt, like Fultz, Cole Anthony, Aaron Gordon, Al-Farouq Aminu, Frank Jackson, who recently got hurt. So yeah, so now Dwayne Bacon is the point guard, and you do not want someone with the last name of Bacon to run your whole offense. There, yeah, it makes a lot of sense, right? It's a D+. They didn't have a really good offseason, though they can't really control injuries. Next, the Sixers, a B-. Yeah, getting Dwight Howard, that's definitely a really pickup to back up Embiid. Yeah, Dwight was definitely a really good pickup. He just brings the Laker culture that they had last year, and they're playing very similar to the Lakers. I mean, kind of, not really, but just adding people like Danny Green and Dwight Howard to improve the defensive side, just to make the locker room good. Definitely a really good pickup. Next, the Phoenix Suns, an A, no doubt. Jay Crowder, Langston Galloway, Damian Jones, Frank Kaminsky, each one more. Jay Crowder, Galloway, Kaminsky, and I think more have all been providing some good stuff off the bench. Jay Crowder starting a couple of times, and then re-signing Dario Saric and Javon Carter. Pretty good. Dario Saric has been kind of up and down. I think he kind of got a bag, but yeah, so Dario at the 5 remains killer, so that's definitely really good. So did they just have another big behind Aiden and Frank Kaminsky? Yeah, I definitely agree with A. Jay Crowder, just every team wants a Jay Crowder. Next, the Portland Trailblazers, a B. Harry Giles, Derek Jones Jr., re-signed Melo and Rodney Hood. Yeah, I see. Derek Jones has definitely been pretty good on both ends. Harry Giles, he was good in the preseason. He definitely has a lot of potential. Carmelo Anthony, he's been very good this season. Rodney Hood has kicked it up a notch without CJ, I guess, but ever since that ACL or Achilles tear, he hasn't been the same. Next, the Sacramento Kings, B-. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with this. Metu, Glenn Robinson, Hassan Whiteside, GR3, he's been pretty good, I guess. I mean, he's a decent shooter. Hassan Whiteside, I don't know what happened to Hassan Whiteside. He doesn't really put effort. He's block happy. But yeah, they let Bogdan walk. But it makes sense for Tyrese Halliburton to emerge. I don't know who this DeQuan Jeffries is. But yeah, Hassan Whiteside's 15-minute role is perfect for him. And developing nice chemistry with Halliburton. Next, we have the San Antonio Spurs with the B+. For Kato beats Diop, re-signing Drew Ebex and Jakob Poeltl. I mean, Poeltl, I guess, has been pretty good at defending the paint, and Drew has been pretty good, I guess. I don't really think it's a B+. I would give it like a B-. Next, Toronto Raptors B+. I can definitely see this. Aaron Baines, he's been kind of bad. At least he set some hard screens. DeAndre Bembry's been a decent defender. Alex Lynn got waived. Yudo Benanabi. Okay, I don't know how to say that. Exhibit 10. But Chris Boucher and Freddie were the big signings. Chris Boucher, they got him on a steal for $9 million. And Freddie's living up to his contract now. I can definitely see this. Boucher has kind of cooled down, but he's still a good NBA player. Next, the Utah Jazz A-. Definitely. Jordan Clarkson's been a beast, and re-signing Derek Favors. I can see this as an A because I see Jordan Clarkson as a 6th man of the year. No question. No ifs, ands, and buts. And I think this can definitely be an A. And finally, the Washington Wizards, a C, getting Robin Lopez and Raul Neto, re-signing Dobbs, Bertans, and Garrison Matthews. Sure, Bertans hasn't really been too good this season, but he's still a shooter. The Wizards are just a mess. So yeah, that's gonna be the video for just regrading every NBA team's every NBA team's 2020 free agency signings. So comment down below your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Shout out to Peak and Basket Savage, and I'll see you on next time.